Welcome back, everyone. Last week I left you with this question about paints. Why can't I use exterior paints inside? Or can I? Is it okay to use exterior paints on the inside of my home? The short answer is absolutely you can. The difference is with the paints are really the additives. There's protection against the UV rays. There's microbial agents in there to block fungus and mildew, and it takes the drying time and the cure time for exterior paints is sometimes up to a week. So that's why there's interior and exterior paints. So there are no studies that say using exterior paints on the inside is harmful in any way. So anyway, I hope that clears up things for you. So it's getting colder, and how much time do you have left to paint before the snow flies? It really, the paint now, you can paint to 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So really the main thing about painting outside is the prep, like making sure that the surface is dry. And if you're treating green treated wood, that you need to let that sit for a year. You can't even paint that the first year. So the quality of your paint and how long it lasts is really based on having wood and the surfaces ready to be painted. As far as like right now on trend, dark colors are really trendy, and the paints have the technology for fading, for anti-fading is amazing. So I wouldn't be afraid to use dark colors outside because the quality of paints every year, they just have new technology that they come up with. And here's a little tip about knowing if you should paint with oil or water-based. Like, how do you know what you're painting over? So here's a rule of thumb. I'm going to show you something here. Here's some oil. This is water. When you pour these two together, I think it's basic science, the oil always rises to the top. So this is the same with painting. You can't put water-based paint on top of oil-based. But you can put oil-based paint on top of water. So remember that. Oil, always on the top. Yes, you can paint over water-based paint. I know that people would come into the paint store and they're just always so confused about that. So having said that, if you're painting outside, using water-based paint, absolutely 100% fine. But a lot of people use oil-based only because our winters, our seasons are so harsh, and it just it handles the weather a little bit better. Jenna in Maple Grove asked the following question: how can I update my outdated fireplace? Okay, Jenna, thank you for that question. And it has a dark wood mantle. So my suggestion would be to change the mantle. You can either sand it down and get it back to that natural wood tone and just put a sealer on it, or you can paint it black or white. That will give it more of a contemporary look. You can paint your brick. You can paint it white. Once again, that moves it into more of a contemporary look. You can do faux painting on your brick as well. You just do 3 different shades of gray. So if you want to move it out of that traditional warm fireplace brick color. So Jenna, hopefully that helped you. If you have any more questions about design or anything about paint specifically this week we talked about, let me know and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. If you're questioning the temperature and you're not sure if you should continue to paint this season, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you answer that question. You can paint, like I said, literally up until it freezes. So hopefully this answered your questions about exterior painting. Next week, I'm going to talk specifically about tips and tricks to nail all your painting projects. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Reach out to me at my email, and we'll talk to you next week. Let's do color right.